I guess I don't understand.
No, I can tell.
At this point, I would feel comfortable paying rent from the point now, or at least Monday.
You can't do that. You are simply amazing. I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, that's nice.
You know what, young man? I'm going to tell you one thing right now, and I'm going to tell you better check yourself. I don't know why you felt a necessity to interrupt her as she's addressing the court. So you might as well take yourself out of this courtroom right now. Right now. And when you feel like you can behave yourself, then you can come back in.
This defendant walked into court acting like he was the smartest guy in the room, and by the end of the hearing, he managed to disrespect the judge at every turn. He's basically trying to avoid paying rent by claiming his landlord gave him a terrible unit and never fixed anything. But the more he talks, the more obvious it becomes that he's been lying about most of it. I won't spoil the ending, but let's just say karma doesn't wait long in this one. Judge Simpson handles him exactly the way he deserves. If you guys like these Judge Simpson cases, let me know, because he's easily one of my favorites to watch. Let's get into it.
Okay, where are we on this? This is set for trial.
It's the landlord's position that has been completed, and we're seeking a judgment of possession for the full amount of rent, which is $5,229.68.
Yes, sir. So since we moved in April, I moved in, there was a massive shower leak, which led to the discovery of mold.
Okay, but hold on a second. I just want to go back to when we were here on the 26th.
Sure. Yes.
You didn't permit them to enter the unit.
Right. They requested to be moved at that time, which was ignored, but they had already been in the unit in June to fix said issues, and they weren't properly fixed. So they were
Okay.
a lot of
Okay. You can obfuscate,
Okay.
but listen,
Yeah.
you didn't let them in,
Okay.
right?
For one of them.
So then I ordered you to let them in. You let them in. You were to give them a list of things that were to be done. So let's start there. Did those get completed?
Yes.
Okay. So what are we now fighting about?
The fact that the issue was there for 3.5 months since move-in. Many issues. We tried to contact them via phone, no response. We tried to contact them via portal, no response. They did come to attempt to fix the issues in June, but they weren't properly fixed according to the.
Why don't you move?
At this point, I'm just will do the year and then.
Well, I mean, if it's set, why don't you just move?
I would prefer just to stay at this point, but the responsiveness of Harbor One West and all that is horrifying. They don't respond to you at all. And they're given plenty of opportunities to fix the issues, and they don't.
So what is now wrong with the unit?
As of currently now, nothing. But for 3.5 months, one of the bedrooms was soaking wet.
Did you
And-
pay the rent?
No.
Okay, look, here's the thing. There's how much over?
$5,229. The tenant hasn't paid that.
Sorry.
Excuse me, hasn't paid since when?
Since April 17th, his move-in costs were paid, and then there's not been a payment since then.
And give me that figure again, I'm sorry.
Sure. It's $5,229.68. I did put a copy of the ledger for your.
Yes. So, sir, how much do you think you owe?
When there's mold and there's a municipal.
I didn't ask what. I'm just saying, how much do you think you owe?
Until right now, nothing.
Seriously.
There's been mold.
You think you get 100% abatement?
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
No lessee or licensee shall be obligated to pay rent for any time periods that the lessor or licensee is in violation of this section, which is section 58-122.
58-122 of what?
The premises and all common areas are
Of what?
of the municipal code of the city, I guess. What I was given by legal services to reference today.
Mhm.
Yes. To keep the premises in reasonable repair during the term of the lease or license, and to comply
Did
with.
you read the rest of that? Did you read the rest of that section?
Yes, I did.
You read the whole 58, the whole section?
No, I just read.
Did you
section.
refer to the other sections that refers to regarding a certificate of occupancy?
No.
Didn't think you did.
they weren't in compliance for over a month. I mean, I guess I don't understand.
No, I can tell.
Okay.
You gave me one section of a statute or an ordinance.
Okay.
Give me the other sections.
I don't have the other sections, Your Honor.
I didn't think so. Why don't you have the other section?
I wasn't provided them. I was speaking to legal services about this matter over and over again, and they provided me the situations or the procedure.
You want to go call them now to see if you can get the other sections? Because you're just quoting half stuff to me. You want to?
No.
This is exactly why Judge Simpson is one of the best. The defendant is clearly trying to get out of paying rent, and the moment he started quoting random city codes like he was some legal scholar, you just knew where things were heading. Anyone who's ever rented knows every place has small issues. A little mold, a small leak, things happen. But you don't suddenly earn free rent because of a minor repair. That's not how the law works. I genuinely can't tell if this guy thinks he sounds smart or if he truly believes the nonsense he's pushing. People really think they can walk into court, talk in circles, and outmaneuver a judge who's been doing this for decades. Let me know in the comments if you've dealt with a landlord dispute or someone like this guy, because this is next-level delusion.
So, do you understand why what you just read doesn't apply for you?
Yes, because they have sued. Yes. I just don't understand why, if there's mold that's making me sick, that I've had to go to the doctor.
Do you have medical?
Yes.
Is the medical, well, okay. My goodness. Look, you can't give me hearsay statements.
These are medical documents from the office visit for this mold issue, which I've emailed to.
They're hearsay.
Okay. Okay.
Your Honor, if a tenant has severe repair issues, which he claims, and mold issues, and then he refuses to let the landlord in, it just doesn't make any sense.
How many times are you not given access to the premises based upon the repairs? Yeah,
I believe one.
sir, that's part of the problem here. And you're going to be going out of the world backwards on this because you can't say I have repair issues. Can't say they won't respond and then deny them access.
But that was the most recent time. I did not deny them access when they came back in June to fix it from the complaint to the city. They came to, they obviously said they fixed the issues and they didn't fix the issues.
Your Honor, not to litigate this right now, but we were notified, we thought we fixed the issues. And then the next time when we went back, when we're told that we hadn't, even though the city didn't think there was an issue, we still went back pursuant to having trial the next day and were refused. So this has not been ignored.
It was for...
What do you want?
At this point, I would feel comfortable paying rent from the point now, or at least Monday, Tuesday.
You can't do that.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't...
you denied them access. A tenant can't say there's a problem and then deny them access.
Okay. And when we had the issue the first time, we did not deny access. They came, they made their repairs, but they did not actually repair the issues. 2 days later, the city inspector came back and found them in failure to comply. I have that report.
Which, just for the record, the landlord did not receive a copy of.
I don't think that's on me. That would be on the city.
You are simply amazing.
Okay.
So, were there points in time where either of you could not reside in the unit? Did you go someplace else? Pardon? Just you or both of you? Oh.
Initially, when he moved in, I was to come shortly thereafter, and then when I was helping him, I actually did tell him, and we have a witness, that I said it smells like mold in here, the floor's wet in the second bedroom.
Did you move in then, or what did you do?
I have issues when I go to his house. I can't go there. I have autoimmune issues.
I have also...
I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, that's nice.
You know what, young man? I'm going to tell you one thing right now, and I'm going to tell you better check yourself. So I'm going to give you a minute to go out into the hallway. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be in contempt. I was talking to Miss Cunningham. I wasn't addressing you. I don't know why you felt a necessity to interrupt her as she's addressing the court. So you might as well take yourself out of this courtroom right now. Right now. And when you feel like you can behave yourself, then you can come back in. Judge Cunningham, let me ask you this. If you have autoimmune issues, I get it, and that there's a place where you can't stay. Why would you want to be obligated to this lease?
I support Mr. Jenkins in the sense that I have people that I can stay with. I have other opportunities. It wasn't hard for me to find somewhere else to go. I don't know Mr. Jenkins' situation, which is why initially we entered into living together, because he did that and it worked. So I have options. I don't believe he does. So I guess it's one of those it is what it is situations, for lack of a better term.
So I guess, Ms. Cunningham, do you want to be obligated on this lease?
I mean, ideally no, but without sounding disrespectful, I would like my friend to live somewhere that's safe for him. And the fact that he doesn't have other options, I would hope that he could live there safely. I guess I would ask the court and everybody in the court, would you want your family living there?
Ma'am, I don't know. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. The answer is I support him. I have options. He does not. If this is the way that it has to be, that's something it has to be. But no, I would not, which is why I didn't.
Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, sir.
If I go through this whole trial, don't just find in plaintiff's favor, and you have to pay $5,000 plus in 10 days. Are you going to be able to do that?
I wouldn't.
So, can in part we kind of really boil this down to what it is? Okay. Because the way that you're proceeding on this right now, you're going to lose.
Judge Simpson didn't hold back. And honestly, the defendant probably didn't even hear half of it. It's pretty obvious this guy is struggling. And that's unfortunate, but this is not the way to handle it. He walked into court with zero evidence, zero documentation, and a story full of contradictions. He claimed the landlord refused to fix anything, yet he's the one who wouldn't let the landlord inside to make the repairs. None of it adds up. If he truly wanted help, he would have cooperated. Instead, he tried to manipulate the system, and Judge Simpson saw right through it, which is exactly why he told him to leave the courtroom.
And I have to thank Ms. Cunningham, because Ms. Cunningham gave me great insight to exactly what I think is going on here. You really do have to fight this, because if they get the full amount of their judgment, you can't pay it. There aren't other options for you, right?
Yes.
That's why you can't, when they say, just leave, we'll let you out, you can't do that, right? I mean, you could, but then you need the funds to be able to do something else.
I'm sorry.
Young man, can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
You've been before me, at least in person, 3 times. This is your 3rd time. Why don't you just say that?
I don't know. I just don't understand how, when there are maintenance concerns like there were, we're given plenty of opportunity, and it's just like,
Okay, but
I don't get it.
Here's the thing. They're not all dismissed. Part of the issue is getting the maintenance issues corrected.
Right.
But the problem is you made one huge mistake when you didn't let them in. So you can't have maintenance issues. Landlord comes to fix them. Tenant says, I'm not letting you in, and then says, oh, I'm going to complain about these maintenance issues. It can't work that way. Okay? And then the other part of it is that I know you've been on the Zoom when I'm going through these cases. Part of the issue becomes, from my perspective, is how to keep people out. It really isn't about trying to kick people out. But one of the things that I think you should learn from that is, or should have picked up from that is, just give me the honest story, right? Okay, you can have repair issues, but the reality is, Your Honor, I can't go anywhere else. I might be struggling for this reason, that reason, whatever the reason, but here's where I am. And then try to figure out a way to make that work, right?
Yes.
Because otherwise, the problem is you go through this whole thing and then you got 10 days to do something. And what? So if I told you you had to put another $2,000 into escrow, could you do that today?
Today, no.
Could you do it in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Did you talk to them? I mean, so here's the thing. You're telling me a condition exists, right? But now what makes the landlord not really have to negotiate regarding that is you didn't let him in. The tenants have obligations too. They have to notify the landlord. They have to make sure to provide access. They have to make sure to do all of those things, right?
And they weren't done until 2 weeks ago. I mean, I did all that. So that's where I'm just a little confused. Yeah.
Right. The section they give you, at some point, that unit passed a direct health and safety inspection.
Right.
Right? Now, if something happened between then and then, okay, then it's got to be dealt with.
Right.
But the landlord has to know. And then you have to provide access. And that's your big problem with this case. Even if, let's say, I believe everything that you tell me, right? You almost negate your own case. So let's think about the big picture. You want to stay, right?
For the remainder of the lease, yes.
All right. Right now, if I had to make a finding, I'd probably get everything, okay? So if we operate just for the moment on that assumption, okay? How do you propose getting to your goal of being able to stay?
By providing the rest of the rent if it was to go in their favor.
Okay, so maybe I should inartfully ask the question, okay? You want to stay the rest of the lease.
Correct.
You're about 3,000 some change behind, right?
Yes, sir.
How do you propose making that up so that you can accomplish your goal of staying the rest of the lease?
Next pay period, I can put at least another $1,500 in. I'm not quite sure where the over 5,000 is coming from, since we did pay the.
Hold on.
This has to be one of the biggest wastes of time Judge Simpson has ever dealt with. The defendant came in trying to sound like a legal expert and ended up embarrassing himself in under 20 minutes. He quoted laws he didn't understand while ignoring the fact that he blocked every attempt to fix the apartment. Anyone with common sense can see what's going on here. He doesn't want to pay rent, plain and simple. At this point, he's basically a squatter. This is 2025, and somehow people still think they can dodge responsibility by playing games in court. It looks like he's on the hook for the full $5,000 in back rent, and honestly, that's exactly what he earned. Let's see what happens next.
So go ahead.
I'm sorry. So we paid like post-dated rent for April. So that until May 1st would be May, June, and July would have been 10, 15. And I see that now.
Okay. So how would you get yourself out?
I guess.
Let me ask you this question. If I give them a judgment for that full amount and tell you got to do something in 10 days, what do you do?
I wouldn't be able to do that, Your Honor.
Then what would happen?
I would have to be evicted.
And then where would you go?
Have to find other options, I guess.
And they're not there right now, right?
Not currently. I mean, I would have to obviously start looking around, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So of this 3,000, how do you propose? How would you make that up? I mean, how do you see making this work for you to get to where you want to be, which is to remain there the rest of your life?
I mean, I get paid every 2 weeks. I can every 2 weeks put money towards the rent, obviously.
Let me ask you this. How did you find yourself in this position?
By withholding the rent and spending it while these issues were there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your honesty, because I knew that's what happened.
Yep.
Okay. So, you know something, Mr. Jenkins? I've been doing this for a long time. Right? I don't think you're a bad person. I know. I think you were, every time you'd walk in, you were angry. You weren't sure how to get yourself out of this. And so you just kind of puffed up. And it wasn't going to get you anywhere. Isn't this a much better conversation to have?
Yes.
All right. Now, so sometimes in life we just do stupid things. Well, I don't say stupid things, but we just do ill-advised things. Like supposed to be withholding our rent, and then we spend it on something else that happens, and the next thing you know, D-Day comes, I ain't got it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Happens. How old are you?
How am I?
Yeah.
36.
Okay. You got a lot more time to make a lot of stupid decisions, so don't worry about it. Okay? They're just gonna happen. Okay. Is there any room with some of the late fees that you could maybe do? I realize that you don't have to, but he wants to stay. I think if nothing else out of this, he's learned something. And he can figure out a way to get this paid and caught up. Right now, in my estimation, is an opportune time to try to arrange to do that because we're at the beginning of the month and we don't have September clicking. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Go out, talk to the landlord, see what they're willing to do for you, and give them a proposal as to how you're going to get this paid off and caught up. Okay? All right. McMahon, go out and talk to them. See what you can work out. Remember your end goal.
In the end, this guy tried to outsmart both his landlord and the court, and it completely blew up in his face. He claimed his unit was falling apart, but when the judge asked if anything was still wrong, he admitted everything was fine. The truth is he spent all his rent money elsewhere and came in hoping he could talk his way out of it. The wildest part is he's 36 years old, still pulling stunts you'd expect from a teenager who blew their money at the mall. At some point, you have to grow up and accept responsibility. Judge Simpson handled this case perfectly, firm, fair, and even compassionate at the end. Let me know what you think about how the judge dealt with him. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.